idea, isn't it?
All right, we're back. Woo! And we have video. Hi, everybody.
I don't even know where I'm waving.
Apparently, all of my old friends, and I'm going to call them that because that's funny, and they were picking on me. Do you know people don't use Spotify? Anyways, welcome back to Unpolished.
That's weird.
This is, I know. So they were like, oh, is your podcast on YouTube? And I was, no. It's
will
on
be now.
Spotify and Apple Podcasts. And so we just spent the last 20 minutes fiddling around with different programs, but I think we are simultaneously video and audio recording.
Yay. I think that this is going to be a great time because I'm glad we didn't video the first few episodes because it was just me crying the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you were going somewhere else in a different direction, but yes.
Oh, no, it was me crying a lot of the time.
People can still hear that though.
Yeah, but I did say, I'm crying now. That's right.
So, yes, we'll get this on YouTube. The other ones can go on YouTube. They'll just be like a little logo, Unpolished. But apparently that's where people access podcasts, which is weird.
I've never accessed a podcast on YouTube, unless it's shorts or reels or something.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Well, yeah. But it's interesting because, like, I now feel really justified in my iPhone upgrade because we're filming on its camera.
Yay.
So that is good. We're also set up, I've recently rearranged. So this is my office.
Yep.
My pastoral office. But recently went through and, I don't know, swapped some furniture around. So this is my grandmother's couch.
And I love it.
She actually, if you are just listening, it's like a Victorian. Is that what they call it?
I think so.
It's very ornate lounge. She actually bought it new.
Oh, wow.
So she's had it that long.
That's amazing.
It needs an upholstery cleaner, but also I don't want to do that in case it falls apart. So
yeah,
we're just sitting.
Because it's like, I don't know.
Just chilling.
What it's called.
Just chilling. Cool.
But yeah. So, last episode, did we publish that episode?
No, because I wanted to publish them both once we got back.
Oh, okay.
I thought
all right.
it'd be fun to publish together.
Okay, so the episode that we've just recorded 3 weeks ago, that's getting published just before this one. We talked about the expectations of you going to Bethel and going to America, and all of that kind of stuff. And now this time, and I didn't write any questions down either, again, but I want you to kind of share the things that you experienced and just your journey of being over there and what that means for us here in Broken Hill going forth. Yeah. And like things that you want to do and that I suppose you can't give out details of other things that you want to do, but then it's kind of like, you can kind of show your hope for the town and for this church and everything like that.
I guess, to start with, I had a conversation with a lady in the cafe today and she's, you just got back from the US. Did you feel safe over there? And I was like, yeah. I don't know. I travelled with some friends who have been travelling to the States forever, like 20 odd years. And so that was totally fine. And yeah, we did this revival tour of Los Angeles and then we spent a couple of weeks in Redding at Bethel. We also visited Mosaic Church, which is Erwin McManus's church in LA. That was fun. Artistic of you. Sorry, it's a mosaic. Yeah, no, but it wasn't. I wouldn't call it super arty. I don't know. Anyway. So it was just a really great trip. And I think I've mentioned this on the podcast, but like last time I went over there, it was just completely life-altering. The Lord really encountered me in a very special way. And so I think there was kind of an expectation that something similar would happen again. Or maybe I felt that from other people, but I wasn't kind of expecting that. And the way I explained it to Ellie, like my daughter, is, well, the Lord healed so much in me last time. Like, I don't think there was quite the same expanse of things that needed healing.
But I suppose you would have gone there with like high expectations because you were completely moved and shaken the first time you went. And the second time you went, you were kind of like, well, I didn't get changed that much, but you were like still...
It was like, so sometimes, and I found this to be true of just, I think when you're in church circles and going to conferences and going to things, sometimes things just completely rock your world and they throw you for a six and you change your perspective on a lot of things. And sometimes you go and do things and they're just deeply confirmational.
Yeah.
And that's probably my experience of this trip is it was deeply confirmational.
Yeah.
Like you're meeting with, like we had a bunch of meetings with different leaders over there. So meeting with like, honestly, some of my absolute heroes in the faith and people that are, I think, just doing a fabulous job. And I still think that. I know there's been controversy of late, but anyway, I don't think that's my place to comment on. But you're meeting with these leaders and, there's no, oh, this is the 10-point strategy of how I grew my church.
Yeah.
It's just Jesus.
Yeah.
Just be in relationship with him. Like the answer's Jesus.
Yeah.
And I just felt like that was so beautiful because I often feel that way. And I often feel, I guess, different to some of the other pastors and leaders that I see around me in that I'm not chasing after the same things.
Yeah.
We've had record numbers since we've been here at church while we were away, which was exciting, but I'm just so grateful to the Lord that doesn't really mean anything to me anymore. Because I'm like, okay, that's great. And we want people to be coming in and encountering him. Probably what really excited me is a lot of those numbers are not because we're the cool church at the moment. It's new people to church and new people to Jesus.
We're the cool church. I love that. Do you know that we're the cool church? Because, no, I won't say that. I was going to say we're the cool church. Do you think it's because we came here?
Oh, yeah. Well, I do think there was something because we've told this story, but I said to Josh, I just feel like if we had one other family that was just all in and willing to partner with us, it would change everything.
Yeah.
And really that has happened in a lot of ways. But I think it was also all in the Lord's timing because he's done such a tremendous work on me as a person, but also as a leader in the last few years. And I think that's part of why we're seeing what we're seeing at the moment. But when you like see people planting churches, when you see people taking on churches that you went to Bible school with or you've been in the same streams as, and they're pulling huge numbers and things seem to be really taking off, that's really distracting. That can be really distracting, not your phone.
No, I thought it was
We're trying to work out kids on the bus home. That can be really distracting from what the Lord's called you to do if you're not careful.
Yeah.
And I've been tempted by those distractions. But again and again and again, I'm like, no, Lord, just mold me, use me, shape me. Let this place be what you want it to be.
Yeah.
Even we have people attending some of our Bible studies and bits and pieces that are not part of our church. They're part of other churches, but there's freedom and happening. There's healings happening. There's miracles happening, and they're being attracted to that. And I'm just like, that's fine. I'm actually okay with that. And I think and I mean that so genuinely. Even as I say that, I'm checking my heart, but I genuinely do. Even today we have a lady that comes in and volunteers at our cafe, and she's not a part of our church, but she kind of is a part of our church.
Yeah.
Do you know? And I just think that's really beautiful. And I think the Lord is rewriting what church looks like in this season, nationally, perhaps globally. And so all that to be said, it was just a really confirmational trip. And particularly one meeting we had, I just sat there and with tears in my eyes because I was like, yes, like talking about Jesus retreating to the wilderness and just what it is to be in a season of like pullback and retreat. Yeah. And I'm like, yes, like I feel like that's what I've been in personally, but even us as a church in that we've just been like, I can hear myself saying like a lot. Apologies, listeners. But I can feel myself in this season and we're starting to be launched forward almost like a wave. And I'm just so grateful for the Lord of everything that's happened as we were retreating back, as we were rewriting culture, as we were saying, well, no, that's not what we want to be or do as a church anymore. Or this is what we want to be and do as a church anymore. Yeah. We want to be obedient to his Holy Spirit. We want to be a place that testimony and miracles flow from. We want all of these things. Yeah. And so, yeah, I think to wrap it up in one word, it was confirmational. Also had some very cool experiences. Went to Bonnie Bray House, which is where the Azusa Street revival started. So now we're testing my good student listening things. But in 1904, a guy called William J. Seymour and his wife you can go and read about it all. This isn't a podcast about that. So, but there's a revival that took place there, and it was basically considered the birthplace of the Pentecostal charismatic church. Yeah. So for the first time in, I don't know, hundreds of years, there was just an outpouring of the Holy Spirit. There was radical miracles. There's record of people's arms growing back. Yeah. There's a piano that's still there, and we got to worship with my friend playing this piano. And William J. Seymour, his wife, sat down on the piano and just miraculously was brilliant at playing piano. Yeah. From not knowing to play piano, just miraculously was given the gift to play piano. They started speaking in tongues and rolling around on the floor laughing and all of these things that are always just so controversial. But it was, the initial outpouring of that. So we went there and were able to worship there, and it was just a really, really holy moment. And then went to a bunch of other sites in LA, and that was fun. I felt very small. So we went to...
I don't know how to take that.
We went to this lookout. Yeah, this is like a great weight loss tool. No, not really. Not physically, but we went to this lookout. And so Los Angeles, I Googled it, is bigger than Melbourne and Sydney put together.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So it's just massive. Like you can drive for an hour and you're still in the city, which I guess you can do in Sydney as well. But I haven't been to Sydney. So anyway, I'm exposing my country roots. But yeah, so we went up to this lookout and the city just goes as far as the eye can see. If you're an Adelaide person, when you go up to Mount Lofty at night and you look at all the lights, it was like that, but on steroids. And I was like, I feel so small and insignificant. Yeah. Like you're just literally in a crowd of millions of people.
But that's America too. America.
Also, can I just say, I love America. I feel like Aussies, and this probably leads into the other thing that was a real theme of our trip, was talking with a lot of Americans about tall poppy syndrome. And I feel like we do it to whole countries. Yeah. We're just like, oh no, America, they're like showing off or they're bigger than us. Let's cut them down. They must be crap. Yeah. And I'm not, I really deliberately stay out of their politics, and that's not what this is about. But just culturally, there's a palpable freedom that I don't think we have here. Yeah. And there's also a lot of beauty. We did a waterfall when we were there, but last time I was there, we went up to the top of Mount Shasta, and it's just beautiful. Yeah. Also, squirrels. Flippin' love squirrels. The best. And we don't really have an equivalent, anything that I can think of that's an equivalent.
I'm kind of disappointed you didn't bring home a taxidermied.
Well, I didn't even see a taxidermied squirrel. Oh. The problem is, I don't think they would be cheap.
Fair.
And I would hate to get all that way and then customs be like, yeah, nah.
You can't take a squirrel. What are you talking about?
Yeah. So I did Google it. Apparently, if you've got a certificate to say that it was properly processed and taxidermied, you can.
You can get it over.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I don't know. I'm 35 in a couple of months. So maybe I'm putting it out there now that for my 40th, I would really like a taxidermied squirrel. So.
Well, we did the Hilltop Hoods t-shirt for your 30th. So, and that was a good, I don't know, it was a good process to kind of follow. So I feel like maybe we could make the whole.
Could make a squirrel happen.
Yeah, we could actually make a squirrel happen.
Even as we're saying this, I'm like, could I look it up on eBay?
We only got 5 years to do it. 5 years is plenty to kind of
time. But if they already exist in the country, there's probably at least one in Australia, but maybe lots over the whole country.
Yeah, but aren't they considered a vermin in...
No, not a live squirrel. That's the other thing. Why are they not in zoos?
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. But they're at the museum. There's a taxidermied one at the museum.
Is there?
Yeah.
Right, okay. They're just actually so cute. And I can't think of an Australian equivalent because all of our cute animals are nocturnal.
Yeah.
But for the record, the house I don't think we have possums in Broken Hill, but the house I used to live in, we had a possum, and I reckon it broke into the house once and it broke a trophy. But I think it came in through the chimney. But we had little possums that used to live in our roof.
That I did.
And they'd run along and I ran along the fence and I was like, oh, possums.
My mum...
But the squirrels are nothing. There were squirrels in our Airbnb backyard.
Can I just tell you a story about mum possums?
Sure.
My mum had a possum problem with her house. And when she sold her house and moved interstate, she was like, so long, possums. But there was possums so bad in the Adelaide Hills that once my dad had turned on his barbecue. And so above the barbecue area at our house there was a big tree above the barbecue. And so I don't even know what kind of tree it was. I don't know. It was a tree with green leaves. It was deciduous. But Dad had preheat the barbecue without checking what was under the hood or anything first. So he preheated the barbecue.
Where is this going?
He preheated the barbecue and then went to open the lid, and then there was a possum that ran out from under the hood of the barbecue and then ran up the tree with its tail on fire.
Tail on fire! Did it live?
We don't know. It ran up the tree and it was like, it didn't burn down the tree or the house. By the time we got to the top of the tree, the tail had gone out.
Tom Addy didn't like to bushfire.
It was actually quite funny seeing this possum. We were like, ah! And then
And as far as I can understand, the squirrels are similar in that they'll burrow into people's houses and mess with foundations and stuff.
Yeah.
And possums are a genuine pest.
Yeah.
I kind of let the couple live in my roof because it was a rental, but whatever. But in general, they're a pest, and that's how Americans feel as well. But most of them will at least admit that they're cute. So
yeah.
They're very cute.
Anyway, I think they're cute, but their sound is like,
yeah,
it's not great. It's
the squirrels make a nattering sound, like a.
Well, I'd love to pay to see that again.
I don't know if I can do that again if I try.
If you're watching, you can actually rewind that bit and play it all over again. We might actually make that one a snippet. Jessie,
okay.
Do you want to go out for dinner? We'll make it into.
I could do guinea pigs as well.
Are you cleaning your windows?
Okay, so
like a squeaky trolley.
That was all good. Another theme I think that came out of the trip.
Yeah.
Just full circle.
Segue. Yeah.
Was just the tall poppy syndrome that we live in Australia.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's so true. And I think I'm my own worst culprit.
Yeah.
I think the Lord has brought a lot of freedom to me in terms of not living under fear and stuff. But just this idea that there's not enough room for everybody.
Yeah.
Which is just crap.
Yeah.
And it's the difference between people do the nail salon example. Have you heard that?
No.
Some cultures, it's, I want to open a nail salon. All the nail salons will get annoyed at you because it's more competition.
Yeah.
But the opposite of that is, I want to open a nail salon. All the nail salons like, yes, you go, girl. That's great. Blah, blah, blah. And cheer you on.
Yeah.
And so I think, in Australia, we just have this culture where it's like, well, no, you can't do that because I'm doing that.
Yeah.
And even just before I was thinking about this podcast, and part of it's just been like, we just dived in the deep end.
Yeah.
And and a friend of ours has a podcast and he has a producer and a studio and I was like, oh, maybe we shouldn't even be bothering because we don't have all those things yet. And I was like, no, that's what it is. It's that, well, we don't deserve to take up space on these platforms. But that's just crap.
Yeah.
And also Josh bought me cool new microphones for Christmas. But,
And we have to use them on his birthday to prove that they were a present worthwhile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're not supposed to be telling people it's his birthday.
It's not. It was his birthday 10 years ago.
Today. It'll be fine. I don't know when I laugh like that, that's going to hurt people's ears. But anyways, so yeah, I think I've come back with a renewed, no, actually, the Lord has called me to the Outback.
Yeah.
To Broken Hill.
Yeah.
And it may seem like it doesn't make sense on paper, but I do believe that the Outback has a significant place in what the Lord is doing in our country.
Yeah.
And I do believe that we're here for such a time as this. And not just me, yourself as well. Like, the Lord's called you here. And yeah, we've got some really cool things coming up. We're doing some prayer and worship nights.
Yeah.
We were going to do a 24/7 prayer event, but it kind of didn't come together. But I just really felt not to pull the whole thing.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So you're not singing for the next week or so because you're on vocal rest. How's that going?
It's tricky. I don't know. If you're a mum of a almost teenager, it's really hard to not use your voice, especially in the mornings when it's just like an absolute drag. The mornings are like, get ready. Are you getting ready? Hurry up and get dressed.
I mean, you
get
could
out of
use.
bed.
Oh, that's a flattering angle. Have you been using? I did bring you back a microphone.
You did bring me back a microphone, which was
fun.
So fun. That has been used in my house quite a bit. But
shout out if people were running the Adelaide Marathon and got some of my encouragement.
Run fast for your brother.
Fast for your mom.
Yeah, so she sang a lot of songs about running to the random strangers, which was fun.
Yeah, as we drove past.
Yeah, as we drove past in the traffic of Adelaide City. But yeah, I've been using it, but I think, because I work in an industry where you have to use your voice all the time. And like particularly a loud voice. because some people might be hard of hearing or whatever.
Yes.
So you have to use a loud voice and you're not using your thing. So tonight I'll have some vocal rest. But I went to sleep last night, accidentally fell asleep. And then it got to about 9:20. And then all I remember is waking up going, oh my goodness. And I said something really loud. And then I woke up. I'd actually woken myself up because I was talking.
Yeah.
And then you can't monitor that. You can't not. So the vocal rest is, and now we're doing a podcast. So that's helpful.
we're just talking. We'd talk anyway.
It's all right. Yeah.
But also I was thinking just then,
Yeah.
didn't hurt, that it's interesting the dream you had while on vocal rest.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to share that with the
Which
pod.
is actually crazy because, like, being on vocal rest, I'm like, oh, maybe I should use this time for, to draw closer to God through this. Usually I try and draw closer to God through worship. And that's, like, my connected time, That's, like, my time that I'm like, oh, yeah, oh, God, give me everything. And I hear it all during worship or whatever. And so last night I actually had a dream. And it was, like, weirdly vivid too. And I don't remember dreams often. But then I woke up this morning and I woke up and I was like, what on earth? That was the strangest dream. And then it was you actually the first person to tell because I actually messaged you this morning because I was like, there's something in this dream. Okay, so my dream, I'll explain it to everyone. My dream last night, I was dreaming that I was worship leading up the front here at church. But I was holding a microphone, but at the same time I was also holding a banana. And while I was singing, I was taking chunks of the banana. I was eating the banana as I was singing.
So random. Which
is such a strange thing. And then I was like, I messaged you and then I was like, oh, she's probably asleep at 6:30 in the morning. That's, I'm not going to get any response. Oh, wow. Maybe that means something. I didn't get any of that. But then I was like, hang on, I'm just going to Google it. Because I went and told my husband and then he was like, oh, maybe you should Google it. Just Google it. And I was like, oh, okay. And then I Googled it. And then it actually gave me this really... Should I pull it up?
Yeah. It had some interesting interpretations.
It was actually kind of cool. That. And actually, I'm saying like a lot now. Okay. So I Googled it and then it came up with... Okay, what one was my favourite one? Because I don't actually... I have a lot of them I really liked there.
I feel like the bottom one was good.
The bottom one, which was... Yeah, hang on. Wait, what one was it?
I don't know. Just read one.
Okay, all right. The bottom one of... Okay, no, I'll read the first one because I actually like that one the most. Okay, so to start off with, it gives you an overview, an AI overview, and it says, dreaming about leading worship while eating a banana can be interpreted... Sorry, it sounds so silly.
It does sound silly.
Can be interpreted as a blend of spiritual responsibility and personal nourishment, prosperity, or a need for grounding. In many spiritual interpretations, this combination suggests receiving fruitful results in your efforts, though it may also highlight a need for balance between serving others and taking care of your own needs. And then there was a key interpretation for this, and the first one that actually kind of I read it, I was like, oh, okay. So it could have been spiritual, like this dream that I had. And so it says spiritual and ministry significance, all right, which is fruitfulness in ministry. Worshipping generally symbolizes a high calling. Worship leading specifically can represent a position of influence and spiritual guidance. Eating a banana, a fruit, while leading can represent enjoying the fruits of your spiritual labor or that your ministry is producing good, tangible results. So I really liked that one. And then there was another one that said need for nourishment, which is spiritual, in brackets it says spiritual energy. And then it says a banana is a quick source of energy. This may indicate that in your waking life, you feel the need to replenish your spiritual strength or serving others, or that you are consuming spiritual food, knowledge, or to better the lead. So I'm thinking, well, okay, so I'm leading worship. I'm, a part of a team, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I've bared the fruit. the fruit is my gifting, but then eating the fruit is letting God's word kind of live inside of me. And then I don't know if then it's kind of like, well, then I could share the fruit too. And then so I'm kind of like, it was kind of like confirmation, because occasionally, and you probably had it too when you first moved here, occasionally you think about, am I doing the right thing? Have we, have we done the right thing? And so I've felt that a bit because I've worked in a preschool for 7 months. Wait, it wasn't even 7.
No, it was like
it
3,
was 4.
wasn't it?
It was 4. Felt
Okay.
like 7. But then
Preschoolers will do that to you.
But then I had this entire chapter of unemployment, and just was like, well, because I'm unemployed, I might as well just kind of throw myself into serving in the church more. Because I was like, well, okay, if this is what God wants, this is what God wants, so I'll do that. And then now I'm like, have on day 4 of a new job that I absolutely love. I've never felt like this about any job. I actually feel like I've got time to do this. I've got time to be a part of the church and serving and all that kind of stuff. But then I also have time to minister to people out in the public.
Yeah, it's a good balance.
So I'm like, and like I had a client in my car today, and I was like, she was swearing like an absolute fisherman. She was so fun. It actually made me laugh so much because she was very old and sweet and frail and everything. And then she's just, a bomb here and a bomb there. And so I just had a bit of a giggle because I was like, you look so sweet, but the words that are coming out of your mouth are so tainted. And I'm like, but then she asked me, oh, so why did you move to Broken Hill? And my favorite thing when I hear people in those situations, and they're like, no, I don't believe, I don't do this, blah, blah, blah. I've lived my life being not a Christian and all that kind of stuff. And then my favorite thing at the moment is telling people that are in that sort of mindset of being like, I've lived without God. I could live without him. I could for the rest of my life, whatever. And I've gone, oh, yeah, so me and my husband moved here because
Jesus.
Yeah, we actually felt like the need, and I do use the word the need rather than the calling because that's like Christianese. Yeah. But like I was like, we felt the need to kind of come here and partner with like you guys and really watch Broken Hill grow within the church. And she just kind of went, oh, right. And that's all she said. But she didn't swear after that either. So it's just kind of like I noticed there was a change in her tone.
And it is a weird one to explain to people.
Yeah.
Like, even traveling, people say, oh, where in Australia are you from? And I was with a group of people that were mostly Melbourne. One was from Sydney and in and around there. And I'm like, oh, no. So people are like, are you from Melbourne too? No, I'm from the Outback. We're 6 hours from Adelaide, 12 hours from Sydney, 9 hours from Melbourne.
I might dress like I'm from Melbourne.
Do I?
Sometimes.
Yeah, so then the next question is, have you always lived out there? Why do you live out there?
Yeah.
Do you
What's
love
the purpose of you
living out
moving there? Like, why did you leave the Adelaide Hills?
Yeah. I think as well in Broken Hill, the Adelaide Hills are like
bougie.
Everybody's dream.
Yeah.
They all dream of moving to the Adelaide Hills, and we're like, oh, we've come from the Adelaide Hills to live here with you.
Yeah. And they always say, why?
Yeah.
What for?
Because it doesn't make a lot of sense on paper. I mean, there is definite pros logistically. Like, it's a cheaper place to live.
Yeah.
And, excuse me. I feel like there's good work-life balance out here because you're not doing a lot of traveling. Like, even you were saying your new job. Yeah, if you've got your kids' assembly or you need to leave and do pick up or whatever.
Yeah.
And that's pretty common out here, and that's not common in a lot of places.
No, it's not.
So there's definite, like, pros to living out here, but I think both of us, it's very much, like, if God wasn't in it, we probably wouldn't still be here.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's been good though. I've actually liked it. And I really am so looking forward to just seeing the year through.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just seeing if God can do what he's done for not only us, like as members of the community, but also seeing what he's done for the church for this church and for the churches of Broken Hill, like in the last 8-9 months. And then watching, I can't wait to see what it's like at the end of the year. What's going to happen at the end of the year. Like, it's actually crazy.
Because we're in what? January, February, March, April. We're 5th month. So we're
nearly in the middle.
Nearly in the middle. I really, even at the start of the year, I said, I feel like this will be a real year to mark. Like a year that we'll look back on and a year that God really moved. And I feel like we're starting to see that, but I also feel like it's only the beginning.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, I reckon that's it. That's my debrief. Oh, look at that. Someone's reeing me.
That's amazing.
We could answer it and put them on the podcast. No, I'm just going to say
no. It was a Broken Hill number.
Was it?
I don't know.
No, it wasn't.
I don't know.
I looked at it. It wasn't.
It didn't. It just said
because then it could
something.
be a kid's school. All right. Well, see you. Love you. Bye.
But I'm so excited to publish this episode. Just letting you know, because I went to Adelaide. During school holidays. At the end of the school holidays, and I bumped into a lot of people that have tuned into the podcast, and they've all gone,
When's your next episode?
When's your next episode? Have you got any more? Blah, blah. And I've gone, there's coming. You just need to wait for Jessie to come back from America.
Also, the friends I referenced at the beginning of the episode are not actually old. I feel bad. They're just a little bit older than me. But I
thought you were saying they were older than you've known them for a while.
Oh. No, I was picking on their age because they weren't using Spotify. Who does use Spotify though?
Yeah, I don't know.
I just love Spotify. If I was an early adapter, I reckon I would get rid of all of my streaming services before I would get rid of Spotify.
Well, I've had
like
Spotify
premium.
since it came out.
Yeah. I was like such an early adapter, but I was also one of those kids that would sit there and download all of the music.
Yeah.
So I just love having access, and then I use it for audiobooks as well and podcasts, and I'm like, this is the best. I don't know how much it costs anymore. That's bad, isn't it?
Yeah.
It used to be $9 a month. I don't think it is. I think we pay 20 and have a family plan.
Like 17. Yeah, we've got a family plan
because I don't want my kids' music to ruin my Spotify Wrapped.
Yeah, but do you know what annoys me the most with the family plan?
What?
Is that everyone on that family plan can control the other person's listening. Did you know that? Because my kid actually
went in and said, Mum can't listen to explicit things anymore.
No. If I'm in the car and say I'm like getting through a real solid chorus.
Yeah.
Or it's usually a bridge line of some sort of elevation or something.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, yeah. And then all of a sudden it's like, Pink Pony Club. And I'm like, no.
No, but that's if they're using your account. They can't do that from their own account.
Yes, we can. I don't know. Maybe
or
we've got it set up
wrong. She joins a jam or something.
Yeah, she always joins my jam.
Oh.
Always.
That's just to annoy you.
It actually triggers me so much. It's fine. It's all right. I just have to breathe.
Shout out to Scully. Love you.
Yeah, she's not going to listen to this. She's got other things to listen to.
Ellie does.
Also, enjoy your clean bedroom today, Scully.
Okay. Well.
Okay.
See you. Love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye. Yep.